Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of News in Motion. Today is Monday, October 2nd, 2023. That's right, y'all. We are in a brand new month. October is here. October is here. So if you have a birthday, an anniversary, a special occasion in the month of October, please let us know what that is in the chat. If you are a audio or podcast listener, keep your eyes on the road. Come back to one of the streaming platforms later on in the day and let us know what your special occasion is. Me personally, I do have a birthday coming up in the month of October 20th. Y'all save the date. I will be turning 21 years old. That is a huge milestone. So I'm excited about that. I'm very excited about that. But it is Monday, October 2nd, 2023. October is here. It's a new month. May you have new blessings, new opportunities, new relationships, new friendships. Just may everything go well for you in the month of October. Whether you're watching through Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, we just want to say thank you for tuning in. I see you, Miss Marianne Jackson, tuning in through YouTube. I see you, Miss Adrian, tuning in through YouTube as well. Good morning, Latrice Jones, tuning in through Facebook. Good morning, Miss Lori Wallace, tuning in through Facebook. Good morning, Miss Shardinia. Good morning, Dr. Antoinette, who's tuning in through Facebook as well. And good morning, Mr. Lewis Pryor III. So, without further delay, y'all know what we do here. Let's get ready for some news in motion.
News in motion.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to jump in where Isaiah left off and say good morning to Robert Holman. I love Adrian when she puts the notes in there from that music. Y'all are loving this music. We're gonna get that going because we want to get those videos in. Lori Wallace says that her boyfriend, her hubby's birthday is this month. So good morning and happy birthday to all of our October people. Thank you, Dr. Antoinette. She said, sharing is caring. Don't forget to share. So whether you're on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube, hit that like button, hit that share button, thumbs up, hit the bells to remind you what time we jump in here on Monday through Thursdays, which is 7:25 a.m. Eastern time. So good morning, good morning, good morning to all of you. Y'all, it is October. Hello, October. October the 2nd, y'all. We are in our fourth quarter. We are in our fourth quarter, so let's finish strong. Okay, let's finish strong. Hey, in case you haven't seen this, if you don't receive the e-news, there's a new program that we launched on yesterday, which is manuscripts and mimosas with me, with Gail. It's a membership. You can go to my website to check that out. When you go to the website, www.gaildudley.com, you just click that icon that says manuscripts and mimosas. We're going to have live working sessions with the manuscripts on first Fridays of every month. So this Friday will be the first one. So go ahead and check it out. You can join monthly or you can join for the year, but we're going to have a great time. We have a great lineup for over the next 12 months. So you do not want to miss it. I see you, Regina Shorts. I see you. Again, you just go to GailDudley.com. And once you get there, you can check it out. If it's not for you, y'all, sharing is caring. So share it with someone else that's out there. I see you, Deborah Sneak. Y'all, we want to give a congratulations to Demia Candide. Look at that. Y'all remember Demia? Demia is doing a great work. We may not see her here, but y'all know she's in and out every now and then. But I went to her breakfast the Mahogany Media breakfast on this past Friday. Probably was her breakfast, okay? And she is now on the cover of this magazine doing great work throughout the community. y'all want to check this out, you can just Google Mahogany Columbus and you can get your own copy. Make sure you get the one that has Demia on the front. So we want to say congratulations to Demia Candide. I saw Lori there. I saw Elizabeth Towns there, Davia. There was just so many people, and it was interesting. Elizabeth Towns says, I feel like this is the News in Motion breakfast that's going on. So we're just really excited about all of that. But congratulations to Demia for this cover. And then y'all, wait a minute. It's not only that she's in the cover. Let me see if I can find the other pages too. She was rocking this magazine out. I said, look at our girl, Demia Candide. I'm going to see if I can find that page before I go on. But she is in here with a feature article that is absolutely outstanding. I thought I had it. Maybe I can't find it that easily. Oh, here she is. So here's a picture of Demia as well in this magazine. That's her there in the pink. Just a really good format and article of a lot of great work that she's doing. So again, we just want to say congratulations to Demia. All right, y'all. Congratulations also to Stephanie Burbridge Hall. We are going to have her. There's many of you who said we still want to get information about suicide prevention. So she is going to come back, and we're just going to pray that the technical difficulties will just go away. So she is going to be back, but we want to say congratulations to her. The walk was this past Sunday. It was this past Sunday, and it was outstanding. So we want to say congratulations to her. Lori, the workshop, if you do the first Friday, the membership, you have to be a part of the membership to come to the workshops. If you do the first Friday, it's going to be from 11 to 12, but there will also be a replay that we will keep up for I believe 5 days is what we decided. So you'll have 5 days to tune in if you happen to miss it. But you do want to be able to join live because we're going to be working through manuscripts. You bring your manuscript with you. So there's that. Yeah. Hi, Mike Nicholson. Mike Nicholson was there on Friday as well. Y'all, let's talk real quick about CU and USC. Listen, that second half, man, I just knew they was going to come back. I said, oh my gosh, they're about to come back and win this game. Listen, it was phenomenal. I'm all in. I'm all in with the Buffaloes. It's phenomenal. USC did carry it out from 48 to 41, but it was a great game. I see you, Kim Edmondson. I see you. All right, y'all. We want to get into the news, and I know it's Monday, but we're going to do some critical thinking as well. So, y'all, let's dive into the headlines. In a last-minute bipartisan effort, the shutdown was avoided. But it was only avoided for 45 days, and that was from Saturday. So 45 days when you're counting forward, which means that it's back on the line by November the 14th. 1 week before Thanksgiving, 1 week before the holidays really come into play. And what a horrible time to put these federal employees through, not knowing if they're going to have a paycheck or not during the holidays. It's like, come on, y'all can do better. Y'all can absolutely do better. Absolutely do better. So, so the bill passes temporarily. And, I'm glad it passed for now, but come on, we got to do something better than this. I see you, Mary Owens. Y'all, they called this a stopgap funding bill. So I went through several articles just to get some conversation around this averted shutdown, if we could say. And I'm happy to report that in a conversation I had with someone, I have to just say I was like the proud mama for a moment. I had one of our viewers, our regular viewers, say to me, Gail, I called my representative and told them not to shut down the government. Now, this is somebody who would have never done that before, okay? And they were telling me that they called and they just, they didn't use a script. They just spoke from their heart. They did speak with someone. And she goes, and the representative I've called said that my congressperson was backing that there'll be no shutdown. So she was just saying, it felt really good, and I'm glad I did this. And I'm just on the phone listening with a big smile on my face. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. And she said that the union people from the federal government were calling in, and that they had like a conference call on Thursday night, just letting people have this conversation. She said, and some of them were concerned, like, come on, how is Congress still being paid, and we may possibly go into furlough and not have a check? So I'm just really proud of this person. I was like, wow, people do tune in the News in Motion, and they hear things and they go forward. Well, y'all, the vote from the Senate, they turned that around quickly, 88-9. So there were 9 people who were against it in the Senate. The House, McCarthy came back in the very last moment on Saturday and made some changes. And pretty much he was like, forget my seat, which I need to just say this. I'm glad you decided to join the conversation, Speaker McCarthy. And he's just like, you know what? It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. Like, take the seat. I don't care. So he passed this. So of course now Matt Gaetz is going to bring to the floor this week. He's going to bring to the floor a vote to oust Kevin McCarthy as Speaker, because he made this bipartisan change on Saturday that brought on Democrats to come. So the vote on Saturday afternoon was 335-91 in the House to fund the government again for 45 days. So Matt Gaetz isn't having it. He's going to call this motion, and he only has the first round, I believe, 48 hours for people to vote, and then he has a second round, I believe, for 24 hours to see how people are going to vote. Now, McCarthy doesn't really care. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said that, we may back Speaker McCarthy. I'm sure if there's a deal that's taken place, they'll back him to keep him in there. But I think McCarthy has received a wake-up call to keep going to some degree. Kim Edmondson says it's about time he got a backbone. Dr. Antoinette said, and Gaetz is, he's threatening. I mean, he's coming out with everything he's threatening him. What's up, Pastor Anita? She says, News in Motion, where you get news versus opinions. Boom, there you go. Adrian says the Freedom Caucus is losing their footing. They are. They really are. People are tired. And they know that people are like, well, y'all just get to work. When you're talking about millions of employees, and now you're going to play around with the holidays coming up with 45 days out from that, they're not having it. They're not going to have it. So with the Democrats' support, agencies will stay funded at the current levels until mid-November. Again, I believe it's the 14th, and I thought Dr. Antoinette said the 17th. So somewhere around in those dates, but still, it's just too close to the holidays. And provide $16 billion in disaster relief for states and communities dealing with hurricanes and natural disasters. Remember, we talked about this last week, right? I'm like, look at these disasters. Y'all really going to do this? Look at New York. Can we talk about New York for a moment? They just keep getting flooded. I'm like, why are y'all down there in the subway and y'all see this water gushing down, and now the water's rising, the train's not coming? Why are you still down there? Haven't you seen the movies? Yeah, y'all went to the movies. Like, y'all might want to get up out of there. Y'all may want to get up to higher ground, not stay down there, because the way that water was coming down there in Brooklyn, and then in Times Square, it's like, are y'all crazy? Y'all, Times Square, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but Times Square was flooded 2 weeks ago. Like 2 weeks ago, in the middle of Times Square, hotels were flooded, restaurants were flooded. Things are happening, and we need to pay attention. So they did fund that. They did not get the Ukraine new funding. They did not get that. So that's what's happening, y'all. That's what's happening. So we're going to see the circus this week because Matt Gaetz isn't backing down. Now, President Biden declined to weigh in. He was like, nah, but he did say this. He goes, I don't have a vote on that matter. He goes on to say, I'll leave that to the leadership, to the House and Senate when it comes to McCarthy. So we have the statement from the White House went out about the passing of that. We won't read that. But speaking of the White House, y'all, if you are, wanting to enjoy this next week or two of this weather, President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden will continue the annual tradition of opening up the White House gardens and South grounds to members of the public for the fall garden tour. Here's your opportunity, so get in on it now. Y'all, the tour will be from 10 a.m. Eastern to 4:30 p.m. Eastern, Saturday, October the 14th, and Sunday, October the 15th. In this event, the federal government is shut down on these dates. The fall tours will be postponed, but we know we've averted that, so we don't have to worry about that. These tours are free and they're open to the public, but you gotta do something, okay? You have to do something. You have to get a ticket. Yeah, you have to get a ticket. So you got to go to whitehouse.gov. Just go to, you can make it simple, go to wh.gov. Just go there, look for the garden tours and get your tickets. Get your tickets. It's going to be beautiful there. Yes, Kim Edmondson. Now, the National Park Service will distribute free tickets outside the White House Visitor Center. So you go there, find out exactly where to go, but I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna tell you where to go. You're going to go to 1450 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest. Each day you have to be out there, y'all. At the tickets will start being distributed at 8:30 a.m., which means you probably need to be out there by 4 a.m. if you want to get a ticket. Okay. Now they're saying that they're going to distribute tickets both days. Um, but they're only going to allow so many people out there at a time. So just be mindful of that. Now, time tickets will be distributed, one ticket per person. So you have to bring in your whole gang with you. So everybody's going to have to stand up there because once they start passing out tickets, each person will receive a ticket and they're going to be distributed on first come, first serve basis. Once attendees have received their tickets, the South Line entry point for everyone will be located at 15th Street Northwest, and that's between East Street Northwest and Constitution Avenue Northwest, near the Boy Scout Memorial. Now, there's also an ADA, Americans with Disability Act. Entrance will be located at 15th Street Northwest and Alexander Hamilton Place Northwest. Say that real fast. So we're going to keep giving this information out there. But yes, the link is up there, www.wh.gov. That stands for whitehouse.gov, where you can find this information. But I gave y'all more information you're going to see on the website because I had the alert. So there you have it. Oh, and this is happening since we're talking about it. The U.S. Capitol police are investigating. I'm like, did you really do this? They are investigating Representative Jamal Bowman, Democrat from New York, who they say they believe intentionally pulled the fire alarm to delay the vote on Saturday. Why would you do that? But anyway, that's happening. Yeah, in a sad moment, we have Diane Feinstein, who passed away at the age of 90. She actually got her vote in on Friday at 2. I'm sorry, her first vote in, but she missed the second 2 votes. She died, they say, of natural causes. Y'all, she was a powerhouse. Things that I wasn't even aware. Vice President Kamala Harris called Feinstein one of the greatest public servants that California and our nation has ever known. They go on to say, as the first woman president of San Francisco Board of Supervisors, the first woman to serve as mayor of San Francisco, and the longest tenured woman to serve in the United States Senate, Diane Feinstein. Some people say it's Feinstein. I believe it's Feinstein. I'm not sure. Broke barriers, inspired generations of women to run for office, and improved the lives of millions of Americans through her vision, her courage, and leadership, she said. Vice President Kamala Harris said in a statement. Kim Edmondson saying, why? Why what, girl? What you talking about? What you talking about? Tell me what you're talking about. Yes, Dr. Antoinette, and as we went over that last week, Congress will keep being paid. Yeah, they will. They'll keep being paid. All right, y'all. So with that passing of Diane Feinstein, Governor Gavin Newsom of California announced on yesterday that he has chosen LaFonza Butler, the president of Emily's List and a former labor leader, to fill the vacancy left by Senate by the death of Diane Feinstein. Miss Butler, age 44, he says, has been a fixture of California politics for nearly 15 years. He goes on and talks about her accolades and everything that's going on. Yeah, Kim, yeah, why would he pull the fire alarm? Yeah, that's that. And so he goes on, but that didn't, the celebration did not last long. As you all know, many people are backing Barbara Lee in that spot. Now, in Newsom's statement, it just created a firestorm of people just going in. Now his seat's in trouble because people are like, we done with you. When Vice President Kamala Harris formally became vice president, we asked you to appoint a Black woman. You did not. Now you did appoint a Latino man, which is good. That's great. But we asked for a Black woman to replace a Black woman to keep Black women in the Senate, but you didn't do it. Now, in this case, he has a Black woman, but the question is she qualified for this particular role? And I don't know anything about her. I know she runs Emily's List. I know she has done a great job with this, and I'm talking about LaFonza Butler. I know she's doing a great job with that. She's younger. She's 44. Barbara Lee is 77, but Barbara Lee is currently in the race to run to fulfill Diane Feinstein's seat for 2024. So there's a lot of pushback. There's a lot. Agencies are coming out the woodwork going after Newsom. They say Barbara Lee, a Black woman, are not mere caretakers, but voting the organization center of the National Democratic Party. And this was Amy Allison, the founder of She the People, an organization that helps elect women of color in politics, said in a statement. You have the Congressional Black Caucus who are upset with Newsom because if you don't know, Barbara Lee is currently a representative in the House of Representatives. So there's a lot of people that's just like they're not having it. Now, Adrian says Newsom also vetoed a bill regarding unions, and he will take a hit for that. He will. Something's going on with Newsom. So let's weigh in. We're going to have critical thinking, yes, on a Monday morning. But I was working through this weekend after hearing his announcement. And I said, what's really going on here? Here's a few opportunities that you could have appointed Barbara Lee, but you have chosen not. And you say you don't want to back anybody. You don't want to put anybody's name up. The people have the vote. But yet, when the people are telling you what to do, you chose to do something different. Now, I'm torn because we have LaFonza Butler, who is 44, Barbara Lee, who is 77. Barbara Lee is qualified. Barbara Lee is gifted. Barbara Lee has been doing this for a long time. So what do we do? Because many of us are saying we want to see younger people. Others of us are saying we just want to see a change of the guard. So we're going back and forth there. So I had to put together some questions. I want us to weigh in this because, Governor Newsom of California, for whatever reason, he doesn't pick Barbara Lee. He's had many times to do that. There could be various factors at play. So I just don't want to say he has an issue with Barbara Lee, but what else is going on here? So let's weigh in on this just a little bit. Here's an opportunity for you to join the chat. So let's do it. The question could be that he's weighing, well, what qualifications do we want here from the state of California to serve in the Senate? What are we looking for, regardless of race or gender? Maybe that's a part of it. That's just one of the questions. Here's another question I came up with. What are the pressing issues and the priorities for California? And how do the candidates align? Let's look at Barbara Lee. Does she align with what they're doing? Well, yeah, she's doing it currently in the House. Is it that he wants her to stay in the House of Representatives? What's the behind the scenes here that's taking place? Well, I got another question. Are there other minorities or underrepresented groups that should also be considered for the position? Is that why he picked LaFonza Butler, age 44? I don't know. What is the historical context here, the political representation in California as it relates to United States? And how does it influence his decision? Is there someone else in his ear? Just another question. What kind of messages does Governor Newsom want to send in his selection? And how does it relate to his immediate political agenda? We can't forget about that either. And I want y'all to start talking to me in this chat. What is the diversity of Governor Newsom's candidate pool? And how does it reflect the broader demographics of California? Is there a demographic piece that's happening here? And then what are some of the potential political consequences of his decision, both in terms of public opinion and party dynamics? Now, y'all just gave y'all a whole lot of questions. I want us to work through just one or two of these today to try to get a better understanding as why he's not choosing Representative Barbara Lee, who would be phenomenal in that position? Are we as a people weighing too much on age and not on which we're knocking people out due to age? Is that what's happening here? Because there's a lot of age stuff going on. You know, Diane Feinstein was 90. We have Representative Nancy Pelosi, former speaker, her age. We're talking about Joe Biden, his age. We're talking about the former guy, his age. Are we making age such a focus that we're missing some other pieces to this? Y'all talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I want to hear what you all have to say. So please start filling up the chat with that. I'll go to our next story. And I want y'all to weigh in on that. I want y'all to weigh in on that. So the pandemic air pause on student federal loan payments ended yesterday, leaving as many as 40 million Americans on the hook for paying this monthly bill. So, and many of them have picked up other responsibilities, other loans, maybe mortgages or cars or medical bills, or maybe even more schooling, whatever. And they're not sure that these people are going to be able to pay this loan back. The hit that's going to take, they're talking about inflation, they're talking about everything that's going on when it comes to individuals with these loans. So, y'all, the return of the monthly payment will start this month. It will start this month. First payments are due within 21 days of you receiving a notice. And they, I believe those notices, they were holding on to them to see what was going to happen with the government, if there was going to be a shutdown or not. There's not a shutdown. So they said those letters are going to be coming. Many may come by email, but they're also sending them to your address as well, because they figure some people's emails may have changed. And then if if you don't receive a letter and you know you have a student loan to repay, if you have not received a letter by email or by regular mail, within 7 days, 7 to 12 days, they're saying it's your responsibility to reach out to them to get the information for your student loan. Um, they don't want you to miss anything. They say if you had direct withdrawal, that is not going to happen, because they're giving people an opportunity to make sure they have money in their account. They're also giving people the opportunity to make sure that that bank account is still there. So they're not going to automatically do that. So you have some responsibility as well. Y'all don't sleep on this. Now, this past summer, President Biden, the Biden administration, launched an income-driven repayment plan. So if you've ignored prior pleas on this, please listen now. Saving on valuable education, it's called SAVE, SAVE, that calculates payments based on income and family size. Now, the Department of Education say they have reached out directly to nearly 30 million borrowers to invite them to apply for the plan. Y'all, people are saying their plan, they didn't have to pay anything. Some people are saying they only had to pay $20 a month. Some people are saying their bill was lower, because they're saying an average is about 300, but they can go as high as 700 a month. There's people who are saying that their bill was supposed to be $700 and it's now down to $119. So y'all check it out. You can find this, and Isaiah will pop this up on the screen at StudentAid.gov/save. Again, that's StudentAid.gov/save. Go there. It takes about 3 minutes to complete. It's very simple process. I know. I went there to see, so I could let you all know how simple it was. So that's what you can do. But y'all, do not ignore that email. Check your spam. Do not ignore the letter that comes in the mail. Also, just go to that website, click it, and fill out the information. See if yours is going to drop any. All right, let's see. Donita said, I would think it's a combination. Uh, there's really so much to unpack. I would agree with you on that when it comes to Governor Newsom and this whole piece with Representative Barbara Lee. That's the only person who I see a comment from. So with that, we'll go to the inspirational message real quick. You still have time to put it in there, hopefully. Or are y'all processing? Tell me, are y'all processing there or what? So yeah, I'm still in Mark chapter 10. And I thought this was an interesting story. again, when you reread something that you've read so many times, you see it, because I think because your life changes as you're reading through this and going through everything. The rich man wanted to know what he needed to do to inherit eternal life. That's what the rich man wanted to know. So he asked Jesus, what do I need to do? So Jesus replied, there's one thing that you lack. He says, go sell everything you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come follow me. That's all he asked him to do. He said, go sell everything you have. He told him to sell it. Go sell everything you have and give that money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. The man couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Mm-mm. So Jesus was later talking to his disciples in Mark 10, and he said, how hard it is for the rich to enter the kingdom of God. I thought, wow, that's deep. That's just all the way deep. Because the guy wanted, he said, what? Can you tell me what I need to do to inherit the kingdom of God? And Jesus said, well, there's one thing you lack. There's just one thing you lack. And he told him. It was like really simple instructions, but he's like, oh, no, I cannot give up my riches to do that. But you asked the question, what do I need to do to inherit? The man couldn't do it, y'all. The man couldn't do it. It started me thinking, how many of us, we're looking for something, and God's like, you don't want to go down that route because you won't be able to handle what I'm about to do. So it's going to take some time. So slow down. Allow me to prepare you in this season so that you can get to where I need you to go. But we're in a hurry at times. And he's saying, read this, because this man couldn't do it. Although in his heart, he wanted it. He wanted it so bad. He wanted it. He wanted it. But he could not do it. Why? Because he would rather have this material thing that's going to soon disappear. He would rather have that than to have that to inherit the eternal life, the eternal kingdom. My question to you this morning as we go into our week, what are you willing to sell and give to the poor so that you can have a closer relationship with Jesus? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? See, I think for many of us, we want to hold on to everything we have and not give up anything to get a little closer. And God is like, nope. What are you willing to give up today? What's that one thing that you're willing to give up so that I could give to you eternal life? All right, y'all, that's all we have for today. Y'all keep moving. Keep moving. Make those bold moves. And remember to live your life abundantly. We're out.
NewsInMotion.